Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, passing may be at a premium, at least for one side. The Raiders are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Chargers, who will need to solve that secondary.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go now.
Slot man moves right. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Garyon Conley. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They run the counter now on first down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now a play fake. Carr. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mario Edwards in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the ball.
And the Raiders have got him.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Powers ahead at the 45. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Here's Carr. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about, until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Now Gordon on first down. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
A toss play, Gordon. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Following the flag, 1st and 20 now.
Here we go now. Boom, landed. No. Check. Patriot. Gone. Detroit. Leopard.
Now back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Look to throw here. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
The slot man in motion right. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They'll look to throw again. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And he's able to put it through. Back now to begin the 2nd quarter with Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
A handoff as they run the counter play. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. Carr now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Throwing his Carr on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 15. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. The first carry for the Utah man now. It's Joe Williams. And he's brought down. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a handoff here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning. They go play action here on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. From the 4-yard line, it's first and goal now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a second and goal. Shotgun now for Carr. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Carr now on third and goal. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Well, at least they won't take a goose egg into intermission as they do carve out 3 points here in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Yeah, it hasn't really been the greatest of first halves. They've looked out of sync, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But a field goal here at least gives them some momentum as we tick down toward halftime.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. this time he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep for Benjamin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Slot man moves right. They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Breshad Perriman, and now it's second down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw here. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is hauled in by Williams for a Charger touchdown. Tyrell Williams, as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Carr. And Bryant's got it over the middle. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Martavis Bryant in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Second quarter in Cleveland, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Set! Green! Over! Gun! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gun! Detroit!
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And this one is incomplete. So, sorry, Larry, your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Halfback sent in motion.
637. One, later one.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Two there, and it's 3rd down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback, but he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
So the D-line's going to spread out. On play action, they'll throw. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Hey, Raider 2. 618. Purdue.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Hauling it in, Nelson. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Oh, he's got a little daylight, and he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the 1st.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up second down.
Here we go now. Detroit! Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time, and it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Set! Blue! Detroit! All right, now look at 56.
The slot man in motion right. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Good, good. All right, now look at 56. All right, now look at 56. Over. Detroit! Detroit! Over.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he's flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have is chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
All right, here we go. Green, back down, Philly. Here we go. All right, now.
They'll look to throw. It's complete right side to Benjamin. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Leopard. All right, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
All right, here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
In motion right here, Nelson. And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late.
No. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Completes it to Benjamin. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Good. Here we go.
Now pressure there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22, and they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Eight yards to go here on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Running it with their receiver, Cooper. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
No.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Mario Edwards in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll look to throw here. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10.
The Panthers are now on the clock. The Panthers pick is in. Let's go to Adam, who has more on Dent.
In a surprise move during the season, he left the team, citing personal reasons for the decision. From some of the reports I've heard, it sounds like he had some family issues that he really wanted to settle before the draft. His coach and teammates didn't hold any ill will against him and actually seemed supportive in his decision. He mentioned to several teams during the combine interviews that he felt a burden lifted off his shoulders, and now he can really focus on football. Despite missing a lot of his senior year, I like this kid a lot, and I think he'll do fine for this team.
The Browns are now on the clock. I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade. The Dolphins are now on the clock. All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
I think if you go back and look at his all-star performance, you'll see what kind of linebacker he can be for this team. He was a tackling machine during the All-Star game, one of the few defenders to finish with over 10 tackles that day. But what scouts liked most out of his day was his sense of awareness and ability to read where the ball was going. He played with confidence and never let the option or play action catch him off guard, finishing with several tackles in the backfield. The GM loved what he saw out of him during All-Star Week, and it was a no-brainer taking him with this pick.
The Giants are now on the clock. Now that he's just been picked, Adam, tell us about Wright.
Just 2 years ago, he was on the boxing team for a small school before transferring and using his final year of eligibility to play football for a bigger program. Right away, he made an impact for the team, compensating for what he lacked in with pure intensity and aggression. He's going to need to learn to play more with his head and see the game differently at the next level, but he has all the tools to develop into a great player. It all comes down to what the coaches can get out of him, and this first off season will be a major test for him.
The Ravens are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. We've just heard the Panthers have just picked up House. Adam, what can you tell us?
He was a dominant receiver in college and deservedly won the Heisman after a very impressive season. He's the kind of receiver that defenses would double team, and yet they still couldn't slow him down. He's not the big man on campus anymore now that he's been drafted, but I still feel comfortable in saying I think you're going to hear his name called quite a bit on Sundays.
The Cardinals are now on the clock. Cardinals going with Crosby here.
Well, I'm a little surprised to hear his name get called at this point, but if you look at what he did at his pro day, it'll make a little bit more sense. He's always been gifted with speed, but he was in a scheme where he was kept to just running deep routes and creating space in the middle of the field. He was a good team player and never complained about his role, but you can see it in his pro day that he has the ability to be so much more. We'll have to wait until game day, however, to see if that was just a fluke or if this guy's the real deal.
The Jaguars are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about the Chiefs' newest player?
The importance of a lockdown pass defender cannot be emphasized enough, and that's exactly what every GM I talked to described him as. His ability to play physical and to outwork his opposition off the line have also been areas of high praise on his journey to the draft. This skill set could be seen in numerous games this year where he completely shut down some of this draft's top-rated wide receivers. When you're tasked with neutralizing an opponent's number one wideout each week, there's a great deal of responsibility to ensure you're not just physically ready, but also mentally ready. This is another important trait the GMs I spoke with mentioned to me that made them so excited about this guy. The hope is that he will quickly learn the playbook, get some solid reps in the preseason, and come week one, be ready to play.
The Bills are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock.
They've just picked up Solomon. Adam, was that a wise choice?
Most sought after. Instincts are a trait that simply can't be taught, and many draft experts have compared him to a young Deion Sanders. If there's one knock on him that I consistently hear, it's that he needs to work on his tackling mechanics and strength. One scout even showed me film where he was shown struggling to bring down bigger backs and receivers one-on-one. He'll be meeting with a team nutritionist and strength coaches in the coming week as his new coaching staff feels that if they can bulk him up a bit, he'll win those battles.
The Titans are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Steelers pick is in, and it's Collins.
He came away from the combine with the Workout Warrior designation. It's a title that helps some sleepers become stars and some busts become, well, busts. The question was, which category did he fall under? Well, in his defense, if you look at his film, it seems to match up well with what he can do in the weight room. He's a physically gifted athlete and knows how to use it in games. If I had to pick out what kind of workout warrior he is, I call him Boom. We'll see if I'm right.
The Bills are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock.
The Packers made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
There have been plenty of incredible moments in college football history, but rarely do you see a game end in a safety. Late in the fourth quarter, his team was down, and its opponent was trying to run out the clock. However, he came hard off the snap, demolished two blockers, and crashed down on the quarterback before he even had time to hand off the ball. That safety was enough to give them the win and send his draft stock soaring. His raw strength alone was enough for this team to take a chance on him, and we'll see if he can develop into a dominant defensive lineman.
The 49ers are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Dolphins' latest pick.
His role started out small at the beginning of the season, but it ended with him being one of the key factors in this team's success this year. Per Matt Miller, you could see his role increase with each week until he eventually became a huge part of its rushing and passing game. They used him all over the field, making it a pain for defenses to field the right personnel to counter his size and athleticism. If I had to pick the total package in the class, it'd have to be him. And I'm sure that's the same way this team felt.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock.
The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock.
Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
Well, he hasn't gotten a lot of attention from the media. His name has been circulating around the front offices the past few weeks. To find out why, I spoke with Matt Miller. He told me his performance at the Combine caused them to go back and look at his game film one more time. And what they found was his team made a scheme change in his final season that forced him to shift to a new role he wasn't exactly comfortable in. To draw a comparison, they looked at his first 3 seasons before the change, and he looked like a much different player. The speed and level he played at matched what they saw him do back at Indy. He rose up draft boards across the league, and they're very lucky to have picked him up before anyone else could.
The Chargers are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock.
All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
Long talked about as a top 3 defensive back prospect, his draft stock fell dramatically.
Guys, last time we were out here, the coaching staff didn't like what we saw. You all know it wasn't good. So let's make up for that today and have a great one.
Here we go now.